Ever since he arrived in Maine, Peter Ralston has been taking memorable photographs here. You may or may not be familiar with his name, but chances are good you have seen his pictures.
There's quite a story behind his body of work, a story of breaks, both good and bad, of talent, and perhaps most of all, a story of a deep and abiding love of Maine. In the 1960s and 70s, the most famous living artist in America might have been Andrew Wyeth. To Peter Ralston, growing up in Chaddsford, Pennsylvania, he was just Andy, his next-door neighbor and close friend. One evening, at a dinner with Andy and his wife Betsy, Ralston received what was not so much an invitation as a command.
She said verbatim, "It's time. You're coming to spend the summer with us in Maine." And that was that. And I did.
You write that you knew, even then, that you were going to spend the rest of your life in this place.
Day 4. I was here 4 days and driving around with Andy in the Jeep, meeting people that I'd seen in paintings and seeing places. And yeah, day 4, I knew this was it.
At the time, Peter Ralston was traveling the world, working as a photojournalist. Andrew and Betsy Wyeth were watching what he did.
They basically saw that as me being like a flat rock skipping across a pond, far, fast, but never deep. And they brought me here to basically slow me down and to really gear me down. And it took.
As soon as you arrived in Maine, did you start going out and shooting?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always have a camera. I mean, that's like breathing.
Along the way, Betsy Wyeth bought 3 islands in Maine, including this one, Allen Island, which at the time was wild, overgrown, and abandoned year-round community. She turned to Peter Ralston and said,
"You got me into this. What the hell am I going to do with an island the size of Monhegan? Tell you what, you help me with this and the island, and we'll have a lot of fun. It'll be an adventure, and the island will be yours in all but title."
On the island, they cleared land and built a small working village that fishermen used as a base. And it opened the door to another project. In 1983, Ralston and his friend Philip Conkling founded the nonprofit Island Institute, dedicated to strengthening and preserving Maine's 15 remaining year-round island communities.
Here we are, 2 guys from away. And we're going to come in and tell Maine Islanders, hey, we're here to help you? Yeah, maybe not.
But the people from the Island Institute listened to the Islanders, and the Institute's work has been going on now for 4 decades. And Peter?
There's a shot right there.
Peter was shooting, always shooting, producing photographs that sold well and brought him acclaim.
I was in full discovery mode, and I was loving it. And since I was little, really, photography has been like breathing, so it was just a no-brainer.
Life was good, and then in 1997, you had a cerebral hemorrhage, you're undergoing surgery and had a stroke during surgery. Then doctors...
That's the time to have a stroke, when the top of your head's off.
Then doctors discovered a tumor that you had. All of that, boom, 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 boom. What was it the doctors said to you?
They had never seen these 2 conditions present themselves together except during autopsies.
For the next 6 years, as he recovered, Peter Ralston never picked up a camera. Then, without asking, some friends bought him the finest camera and photographic gear on the market and issued an order.
Now get your ass back on the horse. And how do you... I mean, they bought me the equipment, but it was really a gift of... I still get emotional. That was encouragement and faith and love.
His new book, Going Deep, collects his best work from the last 20 years. Many of those pictures hang on the wall of his gallery in Rockport, including the image for which he is best known, of freshly shorn sheep being taken off an island, a photo he shot from another boat.
I almost went overboard. I was hanging off the bow, which is stupid. Almost went overboard. I got the one frame, and go figure, it goes on to become well-known.
Well-known? Actually, a few years ago, Down East magazine named it the most iconic photo ever taken in Maine. Did you have any idea when you were shooting that you had captured something that
No.
was out of the ordinary, truly out of the ordinary.
No, not at all.
Peter Ralston's aim in photography is not to take pretty pictures. It is to find a truth, and often to reveal the extraordinary sense of community on Maine islands.
No matter what political sign your neighbor's got or this or that, all that stuff, I mean, it exists, obviously. But if somebody's kid is sick, if somebody's truck is broke down, or boat, whatever, everybody is there for you.
The title of the book is Going Deep. It was Andrew Wyeth who said to you, I think his quote that you mentioned in the book was, "Go deep, do what you love most and know best."
Yeah.
Where do you want to continue to go deep in the years ahead?
Right here. Right here. I don't have to go anywhere else. I used to love travel. If I go north of Camden or south of Rockland, I mean, with the exception of the peninsula, St. George Peninsula, that's news.
So what's next? He's got ideas, some he's not ready to talk about yet, but they'll keep him here.
I've had so much fun, so much challenge and adventure and doing all this stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. But underneath it all, it's the people.
The islands, and especially the people who make up the island communities. They are, Peter Ralston truly believes, nothing less than a national treasure.
Oh, man. Those photographs and the way he speaks about what he does. I love when he said, "Oh, I always have a camera in my hand." That's like breathing.
Yeah, his passion for what he does runs so deep. Again, the name of Peter Ralston's new book, which has stories as well as photos, is Going Deep. We've got more information on Peter, the book, and his gallery in Rockport in the 207 section of our News Center Maine app and website.